7,640 pounds as you see it here today, which, considering its size, a big full front super slide, double air, auto leveling, thicker 2-inch walls, and king bed slide, not too bad. It's big enough to live in when you get there, but yet light enough to get it there. It's kind of what I call a portable park model. And when I say live in there, I mean it, because Cougars are one of the very few travel trailers that are not just 0 to 100 degree rated and proven, but also carry a full-time RVing warranty, which is about as rare as hen's teeth. So a quick look with the slide closed here, you can see coming in that door, you can get to the fridge, you can get to most of the kitchen, and I like how they have this laid out where if you need to, you can still get to some drawers, to some sink space, at least well enough for a little in-transit bite to eat. Now, you're probably not super concerned with the seating and the entertainment in transit. What you want to know beyond that is, can I get to the bathroom and the bedroom? And the answer is yes, you can, through the other entry door. So from here, you see walking in that second bedroom door, we can obviously get to the bed. It is accessible and functional in transit. And then we're just right next door to the bathroom, and the entire bathroom is going to be functional in transit. So a lot of people say, yeah, but you have to go outside. And that's true. But the thing is, a front kitchen like this is usually going to be used at a destination. It's not something where you're really looking to use it a lot in transit. It's the kind of camper that maybe you're going to spend a night or two here or there on the way to your destination. So I think it's, good enough in that way. And I figure it's called a front kitchen, so why not start with a kitchen in the front? Logically makes a lot of sense. Big super slide in here, and that open feeling vaulted ceiling really opens this thing right up, makes it look and feel large. Also, right away, right as we walk in, we're greeted with our in commands panel, so it's easy to access. And note that that full entry door right there has a full window in it for true viewing. The in command system, most folks are familiar with it, so I'm gonna kind of gloss over this quickly. But long story short, it pretty much does everything and anything. Yes, I know my battery's low. Anything that you can do off this panel, you can also do like right off a phone, and that includes running slides, awnings, and our heating and cooling. So if you're sitting in that theater seat, if you're cooking up a storm, if you're in bed and you're too hot, too cold, all you got to do is grab your phone or walk over that panel, and I mean you can get it going basically. You can get your air going exactly where you want. 8 cubic foot fridge freezer over here. And then we start digging into our storage, and it starts right up here next to the microwave. And it's just a handy little cabinet. It looks a little interesting. Like, some people are gonna like it, some people don't. It looks wide open without any front, like, overhead cabinets. It kind of looks like my balding forehead. But it's for a very good reason, because if you look, compared to like a Rockwood, which has a very blunt front nose, Cougars have a very swept front nose. So, they couldn't really put cabinetry up there. But you're going to find as we go through this, it's not like you're lacking. You got good drawer space here. And another thing they did very well is they gave it a larger 22-inch oven versus a common 16-inch camper oven. That's a very easy thing I think people could miss otherwise. On the forward side here, though, you see we've got great lower cabinet space, and I like how they leave that one section wide open for wastebasket. Also, we've got prep space for days in this thing with some easy reach power outlets. I like that full accent wall all the way up the front wall, wrapping around the viewing windshield up here, which does have a privacy shade, by the way. And it's not super easy to see right now, but it's an awesome nightlight. There's actually a little indirect light up here behind this fascia board. There you go. And it really, especially in the evening or the early morning hours, it glows really nicely. Now, over here in the slide, you're going to see panoramic viewing windows. But unfortunately, the sunlight being not so friendly to me right now, and if I point the camera right at these windows, the camera goes black. So I had to pull all these shades shut. But it is a nice time to take a look at the wooden plantation style blinds that they have here. They pull up and down just like cloth pleated shades, but they're a lot easier to clean and they're more rugged. Not to mention the fact that they're just a hard kind of blackout when you, get those things closed up. We have upgraded this one here, and this is how we like to build a lot of our Cougars actually, with that heat massage theater seating. It also has a handy USB plug built right into it, to keep your phones charged up. But one of the other things that's cool here, if we take a look, it still can provide a little bit of bonus sleeping, kind of like a hide-a-bed, and I'm not saying that a theater seat sleeps exactly like a hide-a-bed. I'm saying that it can kind of work. And I think that that's something a lot of people discredit and don't consider when they're looking at theater seating. Now, one of the main reasons we went with theater seating is obvious right here, though. You're sitting on Boardwalk and Park Place at a no-neck wrecker entertainment center directly across from that big 4K HD TV, which is on a double swing arm pivot, by the way. I've got it cranked just slightly toward the dining area here, but if you want it just straight dead facing the front kitchen, you can do that too. We have also taken the liberty to add the electric heating fireplace down here to give you some bonus heat without burning up your propane. And pardon me if I'm bumping into cabinet doors behind me here. I should have closed those. But one of the things we haven't seen so far is a kitchen pantry. The good news is it's got a great one. It kind of starts up top here a little bit of a pantrytainment center, and this is all pocket screwed cabinetry with hardwood door frames. Now, you might hear me talk about that a lot in our Haylett RV videos, and there's a good reason for it. That's because we tend to really focus on products that are put together nicely, and a lot of put together nicely products share a lot of very similar build qualities, such as pocket screwed cabinetry with hardwood cabinet doors. But that is a nice deep pantry right there. And I also like the nice little touch. You got the little Space Alien coat hook hangers right on, the door side right when you walk in. And by the way, that's motion sensitive lighting up top right above that door. So it'll only kick on when you come back. You can just turn it on if you want to, but it won't be sitting there collecting a cloud of bugs. Now from there we can put our storage away and zip back to the bedroom and bathroom. What's kind of nice also is the dual entry door setup they have here. So if someone is guest sleeping here in the living area, or if you're like me, I stay up much later than my wife. I've always been a night owl in that way. Well, she could go to bed, she could sleep nicely. I wouldn't be disturbing her by having the TV on with the lights and all that good stuff. She could go back and sleep in privacy. We could also each come and go into the bathroom without disturbing one another. Now this bathroom's very uncommonly shaped, kind of like me. But it's very effective, kind of like me. You've got this vaulted ceiling here with that skylight above. It gives us tons of headroom. This is a very good shower for bigger, fluffy folks like me around the midsection. This bathroom's a lot like me now that I've noticed. It has 3 rapid fire. But a couple things I like. This clear shower door and that accented shower surround panel right there. Those are 2 very simple touches that do not cost another $1 more compared to plain vanilla, but they make the room look and feel larger. They also, just aesthetically, I think, look very pleasing. Big vanity here. You saw good counter space and a big sink, and that's a sealed edge thermal foil counter, by the way. And we've also got that handy porcelain foot flush right there. So another couple of cool things here. The whole doorways on a lot of Keystones, they're like extra thick. This is like a 3-inch thick doorway right here. Well, what I like about that, it's fully studded out so that that door will always remain square. So will this door. So will the other bedroom door. It's just a construction point that they put in there. It's, it could be £1 less and $1 less if they didn't do that, but you're going to want that there. Cougar travel trailers, standard, have a 70 by 80 king bed, just like a big Montana fifth wheel or something like that. Plus, you can see you've got the, these huge side breeze windows there. And then we've got that closet for some serious storage along the rear wall. But before we get there, we got to take a look at one more thing. They give us some serious storage under the bed too. Now what's cool, everything under the 70 by 80 king bed has storage, but it's segmented. It's partially inside and it's partially outside, and those 2 storage compartments can't intermingle with one another. Good dresser space. Now notice too, this full rear wall closet, which is like someone's going to say, man, why is the Cougar front kitchen a little bit longer than the Rockwood or the Freedom Express front kitchen? A lot of it is that full rear closet. It has a bigger closet. It has more storage space. But that's also really the secret in the sauce of this Cougar, because they have a full pass-through storage running through outside of it, which most front kitchen travel trailers lack. A lot of front kitchen trailers just don't have good outside storage. I'm probably going to talk about that more again outside, because it's a really key point that I think a lot of people are going to miss. TV hookups on the wall there, and you might notice we have built this one with the optional second air conditioner. Not to say that every single one of these we have in stock is going to be built just like this, but this is our preferred build based on your consumer feedback. If something's got a bed slide, we think it's you know, a high time to put a second air conditioner in it and really give you that maximum cooling capacity. And again, more dresser space. You know, another cool thing about this rear pass-through compartment right here, you get a nice look at my ugly shoes, but because it raises the closet floor up, it creates an extra shelf within this closet that's easier to reach. So you don't got to be on your hands and knees to like reach down and grab shoes or whatever. Now, one of the more interesting qualities on this one is that this is the front outside compartment. It's actually below that front kitchen counter. But what's neat is they left in it all the normal stuff you'd usually find up front in a Cougar. Whether it's the battery disconnect or the auto leveling controls, the 12-volt tank heating pads. This other black box right here, that's where all the wiring prep is done for like a roof mount solar system right there. Then over here we have our in-command system. This is basically like a fancy fuse box, is the best way I can say it, but it's also like the heart, soul, and brain of this camper. Another neat thing on that in-command panel right there is that if you want to, there's still a physical switch where you don't have to use the touchscreen to run slides and awnings. You don't have to use your phone and get all Bluetooth fancy, because I swear our phones are getting more and more text every day, am I right? Well, you know, you still have just a switch there where if you're outside, you want to run the awning out, you don't even have to, you know, walk in and out. We've got that beautiful front automotive windshield, because that is a different glass. People say, well, you know, what's the risk of, you know, stones hitting that? No more, frankly. It's probably less than the chance of stones hitting your own windshield on your vehicle, and it's made of the same material. So it's just not a common thing. Is it theoretically possible? Sure, but I could be struck by lightning right now, but it's not likely, and I'm not going to base my day around that very unlikely potential. So power front leveling jack on the front, just in front of those 30-pound propane tanks. But again, this also has standard automatic leveling, and what's nice about that, it will not just make your campsite setup push button simple, but those auto leveling jacks, they are strong and they will get the RV solid when you're there. Also, quick side solar prep plug right next to the front marker lights. You might notice that funny little black thing sticking off, like a Legacy Montana, which can have side view cameras. This is prep for side and rear view cameras, so you have roof and side prep, auto leveling. And then if I get down here, I don't know how much you're really going to see of it because, you know, it's all enclosed. That's sort of the whole point. It does have an enclosed heated underbelly. We have radiant barrier layering in there, and it also has those 12-volt tank heating pads. This is a travel trailer that is proven at 0 to 100 degrees. And again, it has thicker 2-inch sidewalls versus most laminated trailers have an 1.5 inch wall. You know, we're going to get up on the roof since the weather's nice today. It hasn't been the kindest the last couple days here, but you can actually, I mean, it's hot, cold camp radio. That's what I'm getting at. I've done a lot of talking. I'm going to wrap this up because now I'm rambling. Jump into the back corner here. Now, we've got that front outside compartment. We also have a under the headboard outside compartment right here, which is completely separate from everything else. But what's neat is this also still maintains a full rear pass-through storage compartment. So the funny thing about a lot of front kitchen RVs, they usually really suffer from good outside storage. And this one actually has more outside storage than most traditional travel trailers. I think they really did something nicely here. Now they have that full rear wall closet. That's where that pass-through storage is running under. That's one of the reasons this has that excellent outside storage capacity, because Cougar made this thing not 30 feet. You know, like the Rockwood, the Freedom Express versions of this floor plan, they're like 29 feet, 11 inches or something like that. Well, the Cougar's 33 and change, I believe. I'd have to double check the specs, and I probably posted them at the 5-second mark. But that extra length is giving us more space, more storage, more things. Now, it's worth noting all of these compartments, you can see, are magnet held back. There's reverse travel lighting on here. It also has a 2-inch receiver hitch on the back, so that if you want to add things like a bike rack, you can do so without voiding your Keystone 3+1 warranty. And a couple things to point out here. As I mentioned previously, a great hot, cold camper. We talk a lot about cold season insulation in the RV industry. I don't know that enough attention is paid to how something performs in the hot weather, which is frankly when everybody's using it. Very few people are using them in the cold. Well, Cougars perform very well. So first of all, they went back to a polar white skin and roof, which is organically going to reflect a lot of sun. They've made their air conditioning shrouds white instead of black as they had in years past. There's radiant barriers up here. There's also white AC shrouds, so that your air conditioner unit is not fighting against the hot summer sun and basically working less efficiently. So these white puck looking things here, these are air vents that lets the hot air out that is trapped between the interior ceiling panel and the exterior roof decking that I'm walking all over. And I like walking on Cougars because they feel sturdy, solid. And that black thing right behind that white puck, that is our roof solar prep, and you've just got a blank canvas right here. So your side solar ready, your roof solar ready, it's all prepped for a charge controller. If you want to go solar, you can. Now, you can see that we have no shortage of different things to look at here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. The one thing we are not is small. One thing we are is easy to work with. And things like having no hidden dealer fees is a big part of that. So whether it's hitching, pieces, parts, trades finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between, the only thing we don't do is hidden fees. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.